Side Scrollers is brought to you by you. If you'd like to support the show, head over to patreon.com/sidescrollers. It's time for Side Scrollers on youtube.com with me, Stuttering Craig. I like movies that have sand in them. Wow.
He doesn't like it in his mouth.
And producer extraordinaire, Travis Key.
I don't like the texture in my mouth.
What? And brought to you by you, the G2 community at patreon.com/sidescrollers. And now, broadcasting from our homes, it's time for the number one gaming and entertainment podcast on planet Earth. It's time for Side Scrollers.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome on out to Side Scrollers on YouTube.com and Rumble.com and Twitch.tv. What's going on, everybody? Hey, I'm Stuttering Craig. Welcome to the number one video game and entertainment podcast on planet Earth. It's Side Scrollers. Man, let's go. We got a good one today. I am very psyched about today's show because we're talking, well, I'm not really excited about what we're talking about in hard news, but I am excited to talk about SlamBall, because SlamBall is coming back. We're gonna have a coach on today. One of my old coaches, well, not really one of my coaches, but a guy who I've known him for a long time. We're looking forward to having him on. It's gonna be good. But first, let's introduce Travis Keys. Hello, Travis. How are you, buddy?
Yeah, that surprised me.
What's that? The intro?
Yeah.
Did you like it?
Uh-huh.
That's good. Good. It's amazing how many just one-liner little things we have to say. That, when taken out of context, are outstanding.
Yeah, that are quite normal.
right, exactly. That's kind of the entire idea. And then, of course, we have the Guamanian queen herself. It is Blabs. Hello, Blabs.
He doesn't like it in his mouth. That's all I got for you.
And there you go. Now I can take that one and put that in tomorrow, and it'll be so much better. So here we are. New intro today, which is great. And I'll tell you, it's fun, man. I miss slicing intros together like that. I used to do that all the time. And that's actually the 7th intro we've had since the start of the show. You can believe that?
Wow.
Crazy. Good to see you guys. How are you?
Good. I'm awake.
Travis, are you alive today?
I'm half alive.
Zang. All right, nice.
That's better than normal.
What about the tree? He laughs. God. What happened?
I don't want to talk about it.
You don't want to talk about the tree?
No.
Oh boy.
What happened?
It's just this month.
Travis is losing the war against the trees.
Yes.
It sounds like Travis is losing the war against life right now. My goodness.
So defeated.
Travis, just stay with us, buddy. It's okay. You keep your will to live. It's all right. It'll be okay. Look, we got a great show today. I am very excited to bring on Coach Hernando Planellis today, a SlamBall coach who I've known for 20 years. We're going to talk SlamBall. It's coming back. I thought it was coming back tonight, but it's coming back tomorrow. So we're going to talk to him about SlamBall returning on ESPN. That'll be here in about 20 minutes or so. And we have a bunch of amazing video game news to talk about. So that'll be shortly as well. I do want to remind you guys, we have Rumble. If you guys are watching over on Rumble, do us a favor, hit the thumbs up button and, of course, the follow button over there. We are continuously growing over at rumble.com/sidescrollers. You guys watching over on YouTube, thank you guys very much for popping in. Appreciate that. We also have a Twitter account, which at twitter.com/@sidescrollerpod, and then we have an Instagram, right, Blabs?
Yeah, and we're almost at 350. Last I checked, I think we were like 10 away. I can't really remember numbers because math. But yeah, I think we were like 10 away. So follow us if you aren't for all the memes.
Nice. Love that.
It's like an archive of memes. I post the best one of the day for the most part. Like it's one a day.
Oh, whatever Blabs thinks is the best.
Yeah.
So you're competing against it.
Yes.
Which is great.
Fight to the death.
I saw something really interesting. This guy was posting a video. He posted a video on YouTube, and I think this is actually be a really I was like, wow, that's pretty genius. What he did was at the end of his video, he said, take whatever portion of the show you want and post it on TikTok, Twitter, whatever. He actually chose TikTok. And he said, whichever gets the highest views, he'll pay him like X amount. And I was like, well, that's pretty genius. Like, because the community is supporting you. They help get the word out on social media, and you reward your community for their interaction. So maybe we can kind of look into something like that. I think that'd be really
cool.
great. So
good promotion.
I'll tell you this: if we do that, let's start today. If somebody wants to, I will pay you $5 because we've been demonetized on YouTube. I don't know if you guys have realized this. Every stream since we come back, whether it's Blast vs. Castlevania or a side scroll, we've only been back for like 3 days.
I blame the trees.
Every single day. We got in the golden check, the golden dollar sign on YouTube.
I ain't even said the F word since we've been back.
I don't know. Well, way to go, Trav. You ruined it. You know, when Adam said I'm only going to go back to Wednesdays, that's when YouTube just really took the hammer to us. So here we are. We've been demonetized.
He was the only monetizable one of us,
I guess. Yeah, we're not worth it, which is great.
We are not worthy.
We are not. But we got that, and of course, later today I will return to my never-ending purgatory, which is Yoshi's Island. It'd be fun. So. I'll be turning back to that probably around 1 o'clock or shortly after the show ending. So just hang tight and be there, be ready to rock for that. Yesterday,
did you have fun with Contra yesterday?
I was just about to say Contra versus Blast vs. Contra yesterday was a
day.
it was. I'll tell you, I was telling somebody about it this morning about how we have this like fatherly daughter or like older brother kind of relationship where I'm just trying to like explain to you why these games are important and how to play the games and these codes in the games and stuff. So I'm really looking forward to next week when we get into Mortal Kombat 1.
Yeah, this is one where I can say fatality, right?
Yes. This is literally where fatality came from.
Judging by the directional pad use so far, she's gonna do shit in Mortal Kombat. I'm just saying.
I don't know, man. I'm going to buy her a new controller.
Yeah.
Listen, I'll explain this again. Every time I was pressing this, it was not really registering. You had to go like a hair off for it to register. It was driving me insane. I could not. It was like you had to find a sweet spot basically, and it was like impossible.
I tried telling you when you first started with that controller. I said that ain't gonna work. Yeah, it'll work. Okay, go ahead.
Do you have an Xbox 360 controller, Blabs?
No, I've never owned a 360.
Oh, okay.
To you too.
Okay. All right.
Just growling over there.
Yeah. CDI says, are we talking about the creepy NPC streamer thing? Yeah, we're going to get into that in just a little bit because I think it's like the first comment on YouTube today was like, you're late on this. It said something to the effect of, who was it earlier today? Dead Man came in. He probably came in and left and said, just a week late for this trend. Pop culture crisis got it when it was new. Like the fact that we're talking about something that's a weekend and we're
you
late.
You were busy all week. I knew about it, but there was more important things to discuss.
We were on vacation last week, and I think the bigger thing is I've gone out of our way to not talk about this because I know it's been happening, but it's reached a point to where we kind of have to talk about it now. So, and we're going to very shortly. So it should be good. With that said, we're getting started with Blake came in with the $2 super chat with the support on the show. It says you should change your name to Travis Trees.
Some people call me that. Well, they did back in the day for not reasons related to do with trees.
Oh, drugs?
No.
Okay.
Gun shop reasons?
Weed.
Definitely not weed. Definitely not weed.
Selling weed.
Oh, you know what? We need to do some tree emotes. We gotta get some tree emotes.
Just for whatever it happens. Just
whenever Travis talks about trees, just spam the chat with trees.
I'll tell you what. So look, we got a lot to talk about, and Coach H will be joining us in about 10-15 minutes. So we got a lot to talk about between now and then. So let's get right into it. It's time for my favorite segment, your favorite segment, everybody in the world's favorite segment. It's time for HardNews. That was Adam by himself, by the way. So we're going to keep that there and ready to go. Okay, so we've talked about this at length. We're going to get into TikTok here in just a second, but I think there's something actually more important to start the show talking about, and that was we're going to go into bounding into comics for this. This is a article that came out this morning, and it's crazy as Microsoft launches new moderation campaign that allows players to, quote, capture and report inappropriate voice activity on any multiplayer game with in-game voice chat, which is terrifying to hear.
Yeah, this is just going to end bad for everybody.
Long gone are the days of saying ridiculous things in game lobbies and having to sack up, as they used to say, and or dare I even say it, man up, or is that toxic masculinity?
Nah. This is like the slippery slope. The next thing to be canceled for teabagging.
Right, right.
It's ridiculous. And honestly, this is just gonna make people.
Look at that Google ad right there. By the way, sorry. Look at that Google ad.
Yeah, seriously, what the hell?
I don't know, man. What the hell? What is up with this?
It's crazy. And if you think about it, this is just gonna incite people to not talk to others on it and just do like Discord voice chats with your own friends and just talk shit within your friends. And not with anyone else, because like I'm totally gonna get canceled. I shit on other people I was playing with. They were calling me like baby girl and all that. I'm gonna shit right back at you. And, like, no, we're all gonna be canceled. GG's, everybody.
Yeah, I think it's one of them things. Like, so what if the 9-year-old says some racist shit, and then when he tries to get a job when he's 18, somebody pulls this clip of him saying some racist shit up when he was 9?
Before his balls dropped, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? This is what's going to happen.
Right. So it says Microsoft's launching a new moderation program to tackle what they view as a long-standing issue when it comes to multiplayer voice chats. According to the official press release, Microsoft's new voice reaction moderation program, quote, allows players to capture and report inappropriate voice activity on any multiplayer game with in-game voice chat on Xbox Series X or S and Xbox One, which means everything that you're saying is being recorded. Like, let's not move past that.
You.
And who deems what's inappropriate?
Well, apparently your dog does.
Yeah.
The document also reveals that players can capture up to 60 seconds worth of in-game voice chat content that they deem may be in violation of the community guidelines. This is scary stuff.
Somebody out of context and just fuck with them.
Yeah, right. Talk about our intro today. The intro we had, and Travis was like, well, that was kind of out of context. And that's kind of the fun of it, right? The fact that it is out of context. But somebody could easily say just the most basic things, in the world and easily be thrown in Microsoft jail for that, which is scary to say the least.
Well, that leads me to believe that it's not actually only 60 seconds that they're recording, that they record before and after that, so they can double check the context of it, because they don't want to get sued for saying somebody said something bad they didn't. So I guarantee they're recording more of that. It's like a cop's button on their camera. You press it and it records 30 seconds before you press the button. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So it says, if a player experiences something in our community that they don't like, or they want to report to us, they have a variety of options for doing that. So now we're at the point to where if they just don't like it, it's like, well, here we are. We do moderation proactively.
Give me a cookie.
Right. We do moderation proactively on text, on images and videos, and launching reactive voice moderation is about that audio portion of it, which is scary, man. Coons reassured that the program's recording and clip specs were designed specifically to guarantee Xbox does not actively listen to, upload, or store voice player chats on the cloud. Okay. Man,
okay, bro. We're going to believe you.
These are some scary ads. She further noted recording is strictly done through the reporting functionality, and it's only available for moderation purposes. So it's not something that a player can save and share separately from that reporting mechanism to us. But once again, let's say you hear something. How do you hear it? You hear it because you hear it, then you report it. So it's going to go back and it's going to find that from 60 seconds, 60 seconds ago, or whatever it is, and And so it's always recording. That's the thing that they're not talking about, which is crazy.
It's wild.
Yeah, that's why I thought there's no way it's just the 30 or 60 seconds or whatever it is, because if somebody does that and then the company retaliates against them for somebody clipping them out of context, they're going to get sued.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Man, it's bizarre. It's bizarre. It's crazy bizarre. Retro Jim comes in with a $2 super chat. Says Xbox Live was so good, better than the original Xbox. Right. Xbox Live was it was a different time, man. It's crazy that it was only a decade ago, and it's amazing to see how many people went through that time period and they turned out okay. It's amazing. It's almost like they struggled through it, or they figured it out, or there was no struggle at all, and people made a bigger deal out of it than it needed to be.
And now they're like stronger people because of it. Aww.
Wow. Dude came in with the $5 Rumble rant. Says just another reason to avoid multiplayer games. People can't get new friends nowadays by talking each other. I love the banter in the Modern Warfare 2 lobbies on Xbox 360. Thank you, dude.
I mean, you can still play multiplayer games. Just turn off the voice chat and do like a Discord call.
Yeah, I actually don't
You
use
won't
voice chat at all.
People though, unfortunately, you'll be like, "Hey, that was fun to play. Come play with us again." Like that won't happen because everything's gonna be muted. But
Yeah,
at least you'll be able to shit with your friends.
We're getting to a place where everything's going to be made safe for everyone, and you can't say anything bad to anybody shit talking wise, because there might be somebody who would be offended on the game.
Now, hold on a sec. This is interesting because YouTube is censoring my comments. Says your mod censored me for saying yum. You guys aren't any better. You can't cry about random censorship when you do it on your channel.
That's because I did it, and that's because you said it 23 times, and I told you I was about done with it after the 23rd time.
Oh yeah, we don't spam the chat.
Well, then there's your logic, and it's like there's a thing called spamming. So look, obviously you can say yum, but when you say yum 75 times, that's when it's like, okay, we're good, So
we got it. You got yum. Good job.
Yeah. Right. So all right, I'll tell you what. We got.
And I even warned him about it too. So like, don't be a dumbass.
Right. Get him. No. Listen, YouTube is censoring my comments. We are not censoring your comments, but just respect. Don't the number one rule we have in our chat is don't be a dick, right? And that's being a dick to everybody when you're spamming it out. So there you go.
Hey, and to answer his question, can Microsoft censor spamming? If somebody goes into the game and yells shit through a 30-minute game to everybody, yes, I would expect them to mute them.
Right. Well, I'll tell you what. Look, we're going to continue this conversation, but I've noticed in the queue we have somebody I'm looking forward to talking to today, and Coach Hernando is here, and he is driving right now. Let's actually check in to see if he can actually hear us. Coach Hernando, can you hear us?
I can, and I just parked.
Look at you.
Timing
is everything. How are you, man?
I'm good. We actually have our last practice / scrimmage today, so we're gonna see if we're any good.
Well, I'll tell you what. We had a lot to talk about. I'm going to put a pin in that because I'm going to come back to your scrimmaging idea here in just a minute, because I have thoughts on that going back to the old SlamBall days. Okay, so we're here to talk about SlamBall. You are I've known you for 20 years now. We met back in 2003, back in the first iteration of SlamBall.
Long time ago.
Yeah, and it's back. So give everybody the rundown on SlamBall now, and how it's different, and if it's different, and the whole thing.
Well, I mean, so SlamBall is a combination of like football and basketball coming together. They want full-on collisions, and I mean, I was one of the original coaches. There were only 6 original coaches. And on this version of SlamBall, 4 have come back. Myself, Ken Carter, Brendan Kirsch, and Kevin Stapleton. And then this version of SlamBall is different because there are a different breed of athletes now. Meaning, back then we had guys with good athletic experience. Now we have guys who have played at different levels, different countries, etc. So, and we're here in Vegas. We've been doing this now for almost 2 months, and now we start on ESPN tomorrow.
Yes, it's kind of a big deal. Like, it obviously you have a sport that I don't know. I always saw slam ball, at least when I was a part of it, as kind of like a made for TV thing, right? Because while it was, yes, a sport, it was edited and produced in a prepackaged setup where it was edited and post-produced. Now it was shot like live to tape, but now it's different because it's going to be live. How is that? How has that changed things?
Man, I have no idea. I'll find out tomorrow. You know, like I've worked on TV and regular sports for a long time now, and I think it's about just the coverage of it, you know, the stories behind it, just like, you know, on any type of sport whatsoever. And I mean, I'm anxious to see, as well as everybody else. I mean, I think it's going to be great. I think people love slam ball. I think at the end of the day, the reality is this: there are a lot of stuff on TV. And there's a lot of stuff on TV. Slam ball can definitely be one of them and inch its way to closer to the top over time, whatever the top in sports looks like.
So I remember when Dana White came out, when the UFC, this is 20 years ago. This is the same time that slam ball was kind of first peaking on Spike TV. Dana White said, look, I believe the UFC will be the biggest sport in the world. And people were like, what the hell is this guy talking about? You know? And it's been, I mean, legitimately 20 years since the United States has seen slam ball on any major network, right? I know it had some time on CBS Sports Network, which is, you know, it's like fringe sports network, but now it has a major placement on a major sports network. And it's during a time that there's a desire for sports. Because right now there's pretty much, it's baseball, right? And the NBA Summer League was happening, and you know, so there's a thirst for sports. It's like that dead time, that 1 month dead time before where sports are over and football's about to begin. And I'm guessing that's what you and everyone associated, Mason, are like counting on, is that we have this specific window where we can capture an audience.
Yeah, I mean, I think, by the way, in honor of the 20 years, I have my old school thermos and coffee right here. That, I mean, this is when you're really old. You just carry this around. But you know, I think, yes, to answer your question, yes, I think that any visionary is going to believe and know that their thing is going to be the best ever. And that's what Mason is, that's what slam ball is. I actually think it can be really big. Now, what that really means in today's world, no one really knows, because what is really big? You know, one audience could be huge, but another audience may not be. So I think there's like the 4-point line, which is going to be interesting to see, just the evolution of how they're going to shoot it on live TV.
Right. So what does that look like? What's there's a 4-point line? Because the way, for those who don't know, the way scoring works in slam ball is you get 3 points for a dunk, 2 points for a jump shot. And now there's a 4-point line. Where's this 4-point line at?
It's like past the NBA line. So I think it's like a foot further out than the NBA line. Is
this a singular spot, or is it a full line?
Oh, full line.
Okay,
full line that comes all the way across.
Because they have like the big three is the 3-on-3 basketball tournament, and they have like these spots on the court, which I always thought was like, it's a cool idea, but you got to make your way to that spot. I'd rather just have a full line. It allows for creativity and allows you the opportunity to, you know, do a pullback or whatever it may be. So
yeah, it's there, and there definitely are some better shooters this time around. And I mean, I always say, you just got to win by 1 point. I mean, if you're a coach, you just go win by 1 point. You win, you make the playoffs, then you can figure out what you're doing. I mean, I talked to Eric Musselman. He's the head coach at Arkansas men's basketball, and he said, you know, overall, our team's mission or goal is, the number one mission is to make the NCAA tournament, not to win the conference championship, none of that stuff, to get in the tournament so you can get in. And the same thing like here. We're hoping to be one of the top 6, get in the tournament, and who knows what happens from there. But yeah, 4-point line, still the same typical, you know, type rules when you play, Craig. I think different things when you get on the island, get off the island, using the plexiglass things like that.
So we're looking at, outside of the 4-point line, that's the big new addition. Has the court changed or gotten bigger, or is it still the same size?
Yeah. The court has gotten wider. How many more feet? I couldn't tell you.
No, that's smart.
But it is more more room on the side with it, which I thought was really good.
Right.
Are
Travis?
most of the courts indoors or outdoors?
It's one court and it's indoors.
Indoors? Okay, I was gonna
Yep.
say, because if you're doing it in Vegas, boy, ooh, that'd be horrible outdoors.
Oh no.
Yeah, that would probably burn you if you fell.
Yeah, I'd have a really, really mean suntan
Yeah.
if we were outside the whole time.
So was Craig shit?
I love it.
No, Craig had some nice skills. Smooth on the tramp with everything else. It's just like I tell everybody, playing only 1 year of SlamBall is not enough, because the growth that happens in year 2, year 3, year 4 is tremendous. Year 1 of SlamBall was so like prehistoric, archaic compared to what it was 2, 3, etc.
Yeah.
Well, so go, Travis. You were going to ask.
I was just gonna say, is because you probably established the rules, you know what I mean, and when something comes up that somebody didn't think of, you got to figure it out. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And in this training camp, we had to do a lot of, they have rules, and then our, mission as coaches is to circumvent those rules and trying to figure holes in it.
I felt like, this is obviously 20 years ago, but the game, it's progressed, but not like basketball has in 20 years, right? There's been starts and stops with SlamBall, right? I felt like when we played, the rules were kind of being made up as we went along, right? It was kind of like, you can do that, yeah, sure, why not? Like there was a loose outline. Are the rules more defined this time?
Yeah, there's more. I think the refs are I don't want to say better. They're more prepared than before. The rules during that time were being changed and added because all of a sudden new stuff was happening that no one thought of before.
Mm-hmm.
So I think they're a lot more solid now. Come the game and someone's gonna kind of like cheat it a little bit, then everyone's like, wait a second, is that leak? It's those stuff. Just like in the NFL, when the forward pass was nothing, then all of a sudden, like, oh my gosh, you could pass the ball, let's do that. It's the same type of thing, really.
So we're at a 4-point line. It's now live for the first time ever. We have 8 teams, 6 teams get in the playoffs. You talked about you've been scrimmaging, right? Today's like your last scrimmage, right? I remember when we played, or our team was the Bandits. It was like a one and done team. It just kind of came and went, and it was that one season. I remember thinking we were like really good going in, and then we went into the season and we just got trounced by everybody. I was like, man, we're gonna have a really good team. We got all these great players and blah 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 blah. And then we got just as soon as the lights came on, like our team was totally different. I don't know, like how have you guys fared? You coach the Buzzsaw, is that right?
Yep.
Is it Buzzsaw or the Buzzsaw?
I have no idea. I am coining it both the and without the word the.
How do you feel about the team?
Well, I mean, like every coach, I mean, you're just like, man, we're horrible. And then you watch a team, you're like, oh, we're okay. And then we scrimmage, we're like, man, I suck as a coach. And then, you have this vicious cycle. I think of any coach that goes through it. But no, we've had some injuries, just minor tweaks here and there. But really, you really don't know what you have until the lights come on. Like I mean, like the NFL, you go 4-0 in preseason or 3-0, no one cares. It's the same thing here. We're working more on the mental aspect, or we're working more on not being super excited or super low, like those mental things that you have to get ready for a really, really short season.
You talked on something that you mentioned injuries, and the sports world has changed a lot in 20 years, and I think that's the first thing when SlamBall was announced is coming back. It was like, oh, so how many people are going to get injured, right? And people always ask me, I was like, oh, did you see, people must be getting hurt all the time. And my response is always that it's like any other sport, how you learn how not to get hurt, right? Just like football, just like baseball, you learn how not to get hurt. But that doesn't mean the landscape hasn't changed. And, mental health has become obviously a really big part. Head impacts have made in football are now, concussions. It's all big talking points, and rightfully so, right? So what is SlamBall doing to, I don't know, what are they updated in the last 20 years since the last time we saw the sport?
Well, I think you are right about everything about concussions, about mental health, about all those things. Well, the crazy thing is that football is still on the rise. Every sport is still on the rise, right? So there's that part, which is very, very true. Second part, like you mentioned, in all the different sports, there's going to be injuries all the time, all the time, all the time, all the time. And the reality is, back in 1965, when the Green Bay Packers were Super Bowl champions or whatever, there were some gruesome injuries back then. We just don't have a telephone to record any of it whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
So it's the same. And it's the same thing when everybody says the world is going to end tomorrow, is the same thing someone said in 1855, 1432, etc. So that's that part. On the injury side, actually, everyone now has to go back to wearing their equipment, right? They got to have the helmets. They got to have the elbow pads. All those things are now mandatory. Whereas last time in SlamBall, week 2, all of a sudden, all the players were like getting undressed because they're taking off all their stuff, because they're like, I can't move. So there's that part of it. We also brought in a, what does he call himself? An aerialist coach. So he's a trampoline expert who jumps, teaching people how to land, how to jump properly, all those things. So now you know that if you get hit midair, you're just falling and just protecting yourself and your body. So those things we put into place, just like all the other sports, on how to fall properly, how to make contact and things like that.
So you don't break a knee or an ankle coming down. That makes a lot of sense, actually.
Yeah, that would be very, very helpful.
Safety.
Right. Well, so what's the expectations heading? Do you have any expectations heading into like tomorrow? Obviously, it's a big day. What's the schedule look like? Who's playing who, and who should we watch out for? Give me the rundown on the league as a whole. Who are like the
mob
top
is going to be
players?
good. Oh, I don't know. I only know people by their numbers. That's when I'm so boring as a coach, guys. I just say, like, you just guard number 3. This is what you do. And if you can't stay in front of them, then you suck. Like, it's just like real simple. Like, this is what's happening. So you definitely have to watch the Buzzsaw or watch Buzzsaw, whichever name you want to go with is fine. I'm going to say this on your broadcast, like, we are the best team in SlamBall, period, bar none. Obviously, we'll see how that comes to fruition tomorrow night.
Who do you play?
We play Ozone. We play Trevor Anderson. So Ozone, which is very interesting because their colors is very similar to the character Frozone, who was in The Incredibles. And if you do put their coach, Trevor Anderson, in the Frozone suit, he looks like Frozone. Anyways, that's just.
Did he draft his kid?
He did. He drafted his kid, Brian. Yeah.
Okay. Is this kid awesome?
No, his kid is good.
Okay.
Played football at Columbia. Not as tall as Trevor,
right?
But is really, really, really tough. Yeah, I forgot what was your other question.
Well, just like who to watch out for, top teams, who's playing tomorrow night, who's going to be on the broadcast tomorrow night.
So on the ESPN broadcast, it's the Mob, and the Slashers, the Lava, and the Rumble.
So Rumble, coached by Ken Carter, still
Yep.
that Coach Carter, the one from the movie. The movie was based after in the mid 2000s. When it comes to do you feel like there's this legacy, but with the Mob and Rumble, they've been teams since the start, right? Do you feel like Mason has this little emotional tie to those, so he wants to make sure they're spotlighted?
Yeah, I think everybody who was a part of it before really feel that way. I've openly said to everybody that whatever happened before, I don't want to say it doesn't matter, but it was so long ago, right? Like, and what how we played, what we played back then was amazing, and it built everything for today's sport. But a lot of players, a lot of fans don't even remember any of that stuff, right?
Oh no.
So I consider this like slam ball, zero. We're on ground level. This is where we're building from here because of the TV contract, because of the investors and things like that. Um, there is very good long-term growth potential, and like everything else, you just got to see where it grows and how long it takes to get there, etc.
So, Chad, if you guys have any questions for Coach about slam ball, fire them away. Fire away. I'll keep an eye on them.
I actually have a question.
Yeah.
Back when slam ball first started, it was around the era of like X Games and stuff. Now those people are a little older. Do you think that helps build an audience with them being a little older now?
I think people remember the highlights, right? Oh yeah, that was that thing on a channel that doesn't exist anymore 20 years ago or 15 years ago. I think over the years they've seen the highlights, and now when you combine that along with social media, now you have a new fan base that could be building, and going to tune in on ESPN.
I want to ask you I don't know if you know about the business side of slam ball, but this is I look at this, I'm intrigued from the outside looking in at what is being offered. Because when I said initially, when they announced slam ball coming back, my thought was, that's interesting. If it's not live, then it doesn't matter. Because, if it's treated like cornhole, where you can watch, it's all edited down and it's fit for an hour time slot, then it doesn't really matter, right? But if they carry it live, then that gives it some credibility. But the bigger question is, what's the goal? Like, I know it's a 2-year deal with ESPN, but is there an expectation that there will be slam ball courts all over the nation? Because slam ball courts are really expensive, right? It's not like pickleball where you can just pick up a racket and a ball. It's not like UFC where you can literally just fight each other. To me, that's the biggest barrier that I see with slam ball is you have to learn trampolines. It's very hard to do. And people don't understand. You're just jumping on trampolines. Learning trampolines is very, very hard. And there's a liability attached to that as well. So, like, is that the vision with this thing? Is there slam ball facilities where people could try this? Yeah. I know there's one in China. I don't know. Like,
let's all go.
Yeah,
there.
I think eventually there will be. What that timetable looks like, I don't know. Obviously, having a 2-year deal with ESPN is a great gauge on different things. I will say, though, that I think in the investor world, it's picking up a lot of speed because investors love new toys, right? And this is definitely a toy. And I think even from what I mentioned before, right, like what matters and doesn't matter really is only based on opinion. Because I could care less about cornhole, but if I turn on ESPN2 and cornhole's on, then what I say really doesn't matter. Someone up in the TV world thinks it's good or not, right? So it's sort of like the same type of thing with slam ball. Slam ball is not going to be for everybody, but neither is the NBA or college basketball, etc. So there is that long-term growth. Yes, I think they want to do tours as well too. Obviously, there's only one slam ball court, and I think they're going to make the headquarters of it here in Las Vegas. So I think that's going to be the first build out. Again, when, I don't know, because everything's going to be based right now on this TV deal for 2 years, which I tell my players all the time. This 2-year deal is with slam ball. This 2-year deal is not with Coach Hernando or anybody on the buzzsaw. So we better coach and play our asses off.
Right. So
who makes like the courts? Is there do you guys just put things together?
Yeah, there's specs of the court, and it's a gymnastics floor, which it's changed a little bit. It's not the same type of flooring. Before it was more bouncy. Craig, you remember it was really more bouncier. Now it's not as bouncy, which is why there's better outside shooting. So yeah, they just have the specs for it. Then I don't know who they
order separate pieces and put it all together, or is it like an actual company that comes and makes it?
No, I think now they actually have a company that built it, handles it, and stores it.
So I'm just saying, I've seen videos of people on Twitter that have been visiting this slam ball court and dunking on the trampolines and stuff. I know that the court's been moved from the practice facility over to, I guess it's Cox is where they're doing it, Cox Pavilion, right? Let's just say I was to show up. What are the chances of me getting on a court and throwing down a few jams?
Can I add on to that question?
Yes.
Also, is there potential for those courts to be used when people are not playing to make money, income?
To answer the second question, right now, no. And I think it also has to do with an insurance reason as well, too, once you open up different things. And Craig, to answer your question, I'd have to ask Stanley Fletcher on that since he runs the courts.
Good old Stanley Fletcher, the Dr. J of SlamBall. That's good. Cool. Let's see. So Blake says, so Craig was good on the tramps. Interesting. That's right.
I don't believe it. Still, I'm not gonna lie.
I had some ability back in the day, for sure.
Was he actually good? Was he able to like slam dunk and everything? Did you do any cool tricks? Or he just like...
No, I think he had a few tricks up his sleeve. I think I remember, like, didn't you have a windmill?
I had a ridiculous windmill. Like,
what do you mean?
A windmill is when you bring the ball around. Bring the ball around and you jam it over somebody's face.
I thought you were going like through the air.
No, like when I got time, I was a pretty good player, and it was good, Well, look, man, I'm trying to think. Oh, who's calling the games for ESPN? That's actually a really big thing.
I have no idea.
So you guys haven't any pre-broadcast meetings or anything?
That's going to be we're not, because we're not involved in any of that stuff on the coaching side. I think today one of the reasons why we're doing scrimmages so ESPN can do some camera work. So maybe I'll be able to see who it is, but I have no idea who it is.
Do me a favor.
So you're saying Craig has a chance?
No, I don't want to play slam ball.
No, like commentate. I'm saying.
Well, no. That's an ESPN decision. Like that was made. Like, why would they want to?
I'm literally like, nah.
That decision was made like a year ago. I'm sure.
Yeah, well, you never know. Maybe they're like last minute. We need Craig.
Labs, why would they want to hire somebody who played slam ball who talks for a living? Why would they want to do that? Why would they want to do that? No, but listen, I'll tell you what, Coach. I know your time is limited. I know you got to go into your scrimmage, and do me a favor. DM me later. I would love for you to talk to Stanley and say, hey, if Craig was to come out, could he get some time? Because I'd love to do a little vlog about it. Love
no
it.
problem. I will talk to him today.
Cool. Sounds good. Just be like, hey, remember that dude? That dude. Awesome. Well, Coach, is there anything else that we need to know about slam ball before we let you go?
No, I mean, just watch. That's all. I just want people to watch. That's all I want. That's all I want.
That's all you want. What if what happens tomorrow when you're on ESPN? You're gonna have a top play on ESPN, right? It's built in. It's in ESPN's best interest to highlight their product that they've invested in, right? So you're gonna be all over the highlights. So what's the high end for this? Like, what's your feeling? Are you feeling anxious? Are you like kind of dead level? Like, what's your thoughts heading into this?
Craig, I tell you, over the last 20 years, I've become like, I meditate a lot more. I go to therapy. My son calls me, "You're way too zen, Dad." And I'm like, because number one, you asked earlier, what are my expectations? I have no expectations. Because, if I have an expectation, then it's going to mess up everything else in my life, right? So there's no expectation. And what I feel excited. I mean, I probably don't look like it, but I feel excited because, like, first of all, when SlamBall called me to come back, it was like an ex-girlfriend I haven't spoken to in like 20 years. And like, then she calls me and says, "Hey, what are you doing?" And I'm like, "I'm doing nothing." And like, "Hey, you want to come over?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure." I mean, it's just that's what SlamBall did. So to see it and then watch Mason, the excitement, and honestly, since both of my kids are 20s now, I really feel like an old man. I'm like, you know what? It's awesome to see everybody doing really, really well. And let's see how it's going to happen tomorrow night and the next 4 weeks, right? I can't control that stuff. And luckily, this is one of many things that I do anyways. So it's just part of the wheelhouse. I love it. I want to see the guys do well. I want us to do well, obviously. And then we'll just see what it goes, man. I'm really boring, Craig. It's like, hey, this is what it is.
You know, listen, I love that you're just straight up into this and you're right, you know, just going at it. I love it. There's one thing I wanted to hit on before you leave, and that is, this has nothing to do with SlamBall, but I'm very intrigued by it. You're actually doing a YouTube series about your heritage as well. Do you want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, I do. It's a show called Paano to Pinoy. It's with both of my kids. I'm half Filipino, and the Filipino channel, ABS-CBN, is one of the biggest networks in the Philippines. They called me and said, hey, we see all your crazy stuff on TikTok and you dancing with your kids. We're doing the show. We'd love for you to be the host and have your kids on it. So we had to do some paperwork. We had to audition, all that stuff. And so they come, they film it. We did 3 episodes to gain traction. And then I think we're going to sign on for 6 more episodes. But the greatest thing is I get to do with my kids, which, you know, as you get older, you do less and less with your kids. So right now, my kids still want to hang out with their dad a little bit. So I'll take it. And it was great doing the show.
It's like cooking and stuff. It's pretty fun.
Yeah, we did. They had to cook Filipino food and learn how to use Filipino tools as well too.
I could see this show being actually really big. People love watching interaction with families, and that, you know, that's why reality TV is so big.
Yeah,
that's awesome,
and it's great. And like the kids love doing it. So, and I keep calling them kids. They're grown ass adults. I don't know why. I don't know what else to call them, but they're my kids who happen to be grown ass adults.
Coach, how old were you 20 years ago when you were first a coach on SlamBall?
So I'm 46 now. So I was.
Are you kidding me? You were in your mid-20s then?
Yeah, like early. I was 20. I think when it started, the first season, I was 23. No, 24. Because Kirsch is a year. Kirsch is 2 years or a year younger than me. So yeah.
I had no idea. No
idea.
Yeah,
I've aged really well.
Congratulations, Coach. Congratulations. Well, look, Coach, we're gonna let you go get your scrimmage, but thanks for your time. I'm obviously rooting for things to work out, and you know, I hope everything goes gangbusters tomorrow, and I'll certainly be watching. So, looking forward to seeing how SlamBall takes off.
Also, let everybody know, ESPN, you can get it bundled with Hulu and Disney. So if you already got Disney or Hulu, you can get ESPN bundled in there.
Yes. Is it going to be on like the main ESPN or ESPN2?
Yeah. So the first set of games will be on ESPN. Then after that, then the second set of games, which I'm playing on, is on, I think, ESPN2.
Nice.
Or Plus. Or the Ocho. Who knows? It's on one of the ESPN networks.
Hey, looking forward to checking it out. Well, Coach, I appreciate your time today, man, and definitely DM me. Let me know when I will absolutely fly out to Vegas to get on a court and do a vlog or two while I'm out there.
I will.
So
I will let him know today.
Sounds good. Appreciate it.
All right, guys.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks.
See ya. Good luck. All right, Coach Hernando Planellis, the coach of the Buzzsaw in SlamBall.
I actually see the sport having more potential to be bigger now than it was back in the day myself.
Especially with social media out there, you can just get the word out really fast. Show all the videos, a little 60-second reel.
Right.
Like that, you know?
You can show the best move of the game, get people's attention. You know what I mean? Right.
So, Coach, you know, when I saw SlamBall coming back, obviously a lot of people were like, "You're going to come back and you're going to play?" I'm like, "No, I'm 42. I'm not going to play SlamBall, or I'm 41." You know, but I would like to be involved in some way, shape, or form. And I think for me, that's like that'd be a really good bookend for me. It was like kind of the start of my internet journey, right? And just to kind of go back and circle back to this thing 20 years that I did 20 years ago, it'd be pretty fun. So,
well, aren't you already kind of doing that now as well?
What's that, with side scrollers?
Yeah,
kind of. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, what's old is new again, right? Just in a different way. So I don't know. We'll kind of see how it goes, man. And I am cautiously optimistic. I think that you'll see all sorts of highlights initially, and I think the thing about SlamBall now is that it's like a 4 or 5 week season, so it's a really short time frame, which I think could potentially hold the audience a little more than if they had gone like 10 weeks. So I think it's actually kind of smart how they're doing it. So, anyways, yeah. Crazy stuff. There you go.
By far more action in SlamBall than there is in other sports I used to watch. So,
Like,
you know.
Well, it's almost like the thing about SlamBall is that it's there's so many highlights during a game that you get numb to the good stuff, right?
Mhm.
It's like, you know, if you're constantly looking at amazing stuff, you get numb to it. And that's the thing that I think SlamBall has to worry about. SlamBall is missing the nuance.
But that's why I think Blab's point comes in, when we can show those small shorts or whatever, and instead of getting bombarded by it, then you see that one short on YouTube or whatever comes in front of you. You know what I mean? And then it's not in a reel of shit. You know.
I was thinking about like tomorrow night maybe doing like a reaction to the game, like watching it live.
Yeah, you should.
What I mean, you think that'd be fun? Chat?
Yeah.
Would you guys like to see that?
I'd watch.
Do it.
Yeah, cool. Let's get some super chats real fast. NZZ says, "Are the courts interlocking pieces?" Yeah, so they all kind of like connect together, and it's separate pieces that are boom, boom, boom put together. Thank you, NZZ. And Retro Jim came in as a brand new member. Retro Jim, thank you very much. Appreciate that.
Yeah, the reason I asked him that question about people using the court to make money off season or just
That's
when
smart.
they aren't playing, is because they already have those trampoline places with the foam and stuff. And I see it as this: if you have this court you already paid for, why not have people sign waivers like they do in the other trampoline court and have them rent or pay or whatever and make money while you're not using it?
Right. All right, let's move on. I'll tell you, we got one super chat here from Ha-Ah. Says, "Wait, I'm sorry to go back to this, but do you guys really cry about Microsoft making arbitrary censorship rules, then block a guy for commenting yum yum?"
He was
That's
timed.
his alt account. We're pretty sure it's his
He
alt
was
account.
timed out, not blocked. There's a difference. So, and it's rude for you to be talking about that shit that you said over and over and over and over and over when we have a guest. That's why you were blocked. And you can come back right now. It's been 300 seconds.
Yep. Ebegger Nader says, "SlamBall seems gay to me, bro. Ski." Well, I don't know what's gay about. I mean, the guys. I mean,
Gay means happy.
I'm sure that there's some players who are like men on SlamBall, and if that should be fine. There's gay players who play in the NFL and NHL.
Hey, he said disc golf is straight though.
Oh,
so this guy, come on.
Well, let me tell you something about. Let me tell you guys something about that is super straight, and that is, look, we waited a week to talk about this, but it's time to dig into this, man. This ridiculous trend on TikTok, the NPC trend, which Blads, I think you would kill at, by the way. The NPC trend, which Blads, give everybody a rundown of what exactly this is, man.
Right. So basically, it's been blowing up on mostly TikTok, where people pretend that they're NPCs and you send them like bits or like emotes. I don't even know. I don't have a TikTok, so I'm kind of confused what you're really sending them. I guess it's translated into money or Bitcoin. I don't know. Anyway, these people just respond and react to what they're doing, but they literally act like NPCs. So like, NPCs kind of sway or whatever, or like they just repeat themselves and they don't really interact back like a real person. You walk away from them and they come back saying the exact same thing. This is what they're doing. Real life people are behaving like NPCs, and it's like, because they're making so much money. So much money. Show them, Craig.
Well, we'll get to this. Here's an example of what we're talking about. They act like NPCs in like the Sims games or something like that. And this is the big one that was blowing up recently.
Mm-hmm.
And for the record, so what people do is they tip and they get like digital items.
Yeah.
And she's responding to those digital items being tipped. So this is crazy to watch. But
she's literally an elf. She's got the ears and everything.
You know how right now this is basically exclusively women. Very shortly, attractive men will
it's
start
not
doing
just exclusively women. There are men doing it too. I've seen videos.
That's what I'm saying. It just takes a sec. Oh, they're making that much? Wait a minute. I'm attractive.
Here we go. Check this out.
Marshmallow. Crunchy corn. Yum. Kitty paws. Pumpkin. Yum. How spicy. Ice cream. Yum. Kitty paws.
So they go in and then someone tips a kitty. And she says, kitty paws. Grr.
Kitty
Or
paws,
someone
yay!
gives them a
Elmo,
hot
what the
dog.
frick?
They give them a hot dog and they go, yum, 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 hot dog.
I want Flop to do this with hot dogs now.
Right. I feel like
Glizzies, yum.
right. Glizzies, yum, yum, yum. So this is like the biggest trend.
Ice cream. Yum.
She's a literal dancing monkey.
Right.
Yeah.
It's almost like it's the most brain rot thing you've ever seen ever. It's crazy. Here's
she's a beautiful woman and she's doing that to herself. Like you.
Well, and here's the thing.
Money for you, I guess.
People who watch her because she's beautiful or whatever because of her looks will watch her anyway. She doesn't need to go yum 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 to get them to watch. They're gonna watch anyway.
No,
listen here. Side scrollers, NPC coming soon, starring Craig.
Everybody, listen. 100% of streamers have been like, they made
I'm
how
telling
much?
you, if I was super attractive, I'd be shirtless doing this shit too. So I hate joking. You gonna pay me that much money? I'll start talking about yum 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 all day long. But
well, let's get into this. So there's other examples here. I just want to pull up like this young lady.
She's scary looking.
So she's like, I'm an NPC. She has her hands up and like there's this like weird.
She's like literally bobbing, like what they do in the games where they're breathing, man. Right. Like you know how back in the day it's like doesn't look realistic.
Here we go.
No spicy. For me. Taco. For me. Hot dog. Hot.
Like, you know, I would, if it was me doing this stuff, one, I wouldn't remember all the things that I was supposed to do. Like, hot dog, yum, I'd be like, hi, when you're supposed to be going yum or whatever it is. That's one thing. And two, why would you repeat yourself over and over and over and over again? Because people do this for like 5 hours straight.
It's
Can you imagine how tired you must be talking for 5 hours straight and doing all this shit? You must be really fit.
It's basically
it's a good way to lose weight.
those porno games that are online.
No, I do not know Travis,
of them.
But you do because you used to sell it. Go on.
Yes. Well, they're online and they're like that. They make the same noises over and over and over, and that's what these people are getting out of that. They think, well, that's what she sounds like having sex, so I can make her do that. That's exactly what it is.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, absolutely. So you ask why people would do this, Blabs. And the answer is
I know.
They have an audience and they can make a tremendous amount of money. How much? Well, let me show you. This is this guy named Kai.
Sad.
This is this guy named Kai who was like, I'll hop on that train. Well, watch him do this and let's see how it goes. This is 22 seconds long. Just hang tight.
I love you. You love me too. Ride me like a cowboy. Ride me like a cowboy. Ride me like a cowboy. Oh, disco. Ooh, dance. You see my band. Oh, I'm the king. You're not the king. I'm the king.
You ready for
I'm
this?
just picturing this guy being the biggest gangster guy in the world and then doing this
on his side hustle.
Check this out. This is ridiculous.
We made $6,000 sitting on our ass.
That's why people are doing this, because it is a gravy train to Money Town, and it's insane.
And
it's
if you
insane.
don't think that people want to pay to make a super masculine man do shit like that, you're wrong, because they will pay for it.
I mean, I know that everybody watching is the brain rot associated with this of anybody who has seen any sort of entertainment in their life, or actually, I don't know, been outside in their life, looks at this and goes, this is the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life. But
Oh, yeah.
this is a trend that it's going to be, 10 days, 2 weeks, whatever. It's going to die quick. Right? People are like, that's so last week. That's so 2 weeks ago, whatever. But the fact that somebody came up with this idea on how to monetize their audience by just standing there and being like, yum, yum, hot dog, rom, 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 whatever.
Can you blow yourself up and do that, please?
Absolutely not. I'm sure it can be taken out of context anyways. But
Yeah.
part of me hates it. Part of me is like, good on you. Get it while you
found a way to
can.
make money and you're not actually doing anything illegal.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, if I was attracted enough, I would do it too. But I'm not.
Ian says, this is the first thing I've seen that I have no understanding of. I mean, right.
I like Yumi in the movies comments. Well, no more movie reactions. Found something better.
There it is.
I mean,
There
fuck,
it is.
you could work for 10 minutes. Be done. For the
I
week.
know, right?
For
And
the
you have
entire...
the rest of the day to go.
Not
Be
the
nice,
day.
6
Not the
grand
day,
every
Blabs.
day.
The week. The week. The month. Work 10 fucking minutes. Be done with it.
Gibber says, I bet 99% of these people already making money off this trend have OnlyFans or porno on the side. The fans are overlapping, right?
Well, there was somebody in the comments who said the woman that we just saw, the original one, was a porn star. Now, I don't know if that's true or not. I never looked into it, but
She looks an awful lot like that Belle Delphine girl who was selling her bathwater.
Oh,
I don't think it was
yeah.
her.
But I remember that. So not all. I think most people who have hopped onto this trend are doing it strictly for monetary purposes. Right?
And Steph says
the fans are over fapping.
What's that?
He said. You said.
The meta Steph, he says the fans are over fapping instead of overlapping. Oh my god.
Oh my god. It's awesome.
Oh
But
no.
most people who have gone in and capitalize on this trend. I mean, like I'm sure if you're going on TikTok right now, it's all there is, right?
Oh yeah. I don't have TikTok, but I bet it is.
But some people have realized just how ridiculous this is.
Mhm.
Like this girl who came in.
Shake that booty butt. Bark, bark. Corgi. I love corgis. Ice cream so good. Yum, yum, yum. Ice cream so good. Yum, yum, yum. Thank you for the fart. Gang, gang. Gang, gang. Gang, gang. Can I stop? Is this enough content? Is this enough content? I feel like this.
She said thank you for the fart.
Yeah, she just misspoke. And it's like, oh, that's rough. So at least she knows how ridiculous and stupid it is, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's the one thing, like, I think you're going to see a lot of people do this one-off because they're like, well, if the money's good, you might as well give it a try. And if obviously not everybody's going to make $6 grand in an hour.
Mm-hmm,
right?
That's crazy.
I'm telling you, super masculine dudes, people will pay them to embarrass themselves.
100%.
I'm not joking.
Yeah, 100%. Absolutely. Yeah. And that's really kind of what it comes down to is TikTok has made it extremely easy to monetize their stream through digital items. It's honestly pretty genius, right? The idea that they're handing out fake chicken wings and you get some sort of response from it. Like, that's just silly. And the reality is that Twitch is going to add this. YouTube's going to add it. Rumble's going to add it. Kick's going to add it. They're all going to add it. This exact same thing where you can buy a digital item and, pop it in. It's going to be insane. So, Dolly says, I question the people who willingly give money to hear her say, ice cream, yum. Go watch adult films if you want to hear weird noises for free. Right?
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Right. And the alt account says, whoa, don't show that clip. The word yum yum offends Travis. Please don't. It offends him so much. He needs to censor it. I think you're really missing the point here. I'm going to speak for Travis on that. And that, like, it wasn't that he was offended by yum yum. It's that it was annoying to see it 7,000 times in a chat. Just like it's annoying to see this lady do it for 20 seconds. Like, it's the exact same thing.
Took it to 350 50 olive. I promise. Pinky swear.
No spicy.
Yes. There
She
becomes
sounds
a
like
point.
she gets possessed when she does that.
No spicy.
Like, what the hell?
Hot dog, yum.
Oh God, I can't.
Donuts, yum.
Like, you know what do I think when I see this? When she's able to, like, you know, she's so
She just
expressive.
flows so well from everything.
It is. It's honestly impressive. It really
That's
is.
what I was saying before. Like, I
Hey,
wouldn't be
hey.
able to do that. Like, that's
Hey.
just crazy.
She's
She
in
just
the-
goes.
She's in the adult industry. She fakes orgasms all day long, guys.
Well, I don't know if this girl is, but
Well,
but
anyway, she's faking orgasms all day long.
well, I mean,
Jesus,
she is faking it because I mean, when you look at this, like you look at how quickly she changes, like that. She looks like a Disney character there, you know, like
Yeah, she looks happy.
like Rapunzel, and then within 1 second, she's so emotive, comes back, and like you can look at how joyous and happy she looks here. She's a masterclass of expressionism. Like legit, I mean, it's honestly pretty amazing how quickly she changes over the course of like 5 seconds.
This will be the new acting exercise that they teach in acting class.
Yeah, the strike is going to end and they're going to implement this, saying this is how you get good.
Right. And I think that's the thing that wouldn't you love to see Mark Ruffalo come in and do this for a
sure.
Climate change, bad, yum. You know, whatever he's going to say.
A Buru came in with the $10 direct donation. Just said F YouTube. Let's go. Nice. Well, we are doing our best to make our way off YouTube in time. So we slowly transition. So please head over to rumble.com/sidescrollers and join the almost 2,500 people who have joined us over there. Hit the follow button. We greatly appreciate that. And Blake came in with the $2 super chat, which I will not dignify. Blake, sorry.
Say it. You got to read the chat.
Hot dog, yum. Ice
That's
cream,
not what
yum.
it says. It says hot dog.
Shut up. Sal.
It's hard, says Craig 2023.
Stop. You stop. No, you stop. This
Read
is not,
it.
that's not reading,
Read
Blabs.
it. Read the emote, Craig.
This
Do
is
it.
not reading.
Read it.
You're not reading anything, Blabs. What are you talking
Read
about?
the emote. What is on the super chat? You have to read it. Go on.
Go ahead, Blabs. Go crazy.
All right. Hot dog, ice cream, kitty cat. What? That's what it says. Hello? Okay. Did he just get up and leave? Craig! Come back. Okay. Anyway. I broke him, says Blake. I think so. Put me back.
Just wanted to see how long you'd go. Sal came in with the $2 super chat. Says DSP would have made a lot of money if he was a mid woman.
Yeah, but mid doesn't even. Nah, mid is mid.
Mid is mid. Dude came in with the $5 Rumble rant. Says it's so stupid to pay an online personality to say what you want them to say. Wait.
What?
Thanks, dude. I get it, dude. I appreciate that. Insidious Bliss. Listen to this. Came in with the $50 Rumble rant with no hot dogs, no ice cream, no kitty cats, just a soccer ball.
Balls! Go on.
There you go. Love it. Balls.
Travis.
Amazing.
Oh, he's not here. Never mind.
Travis,
Balls from
Travis.
Travis. There you go.
Daramouth came in with the $5 Rumble rant. Says the girl you just had up, her name is Cherry Crush, and yes, she does porn. Oh, bummer.
He's like, oh, she was all smiling like a Disney character. Oh, never mind.
What does she make more money doing? You know, maybe
I wouldn't know about the porno industry and how much money they make. You know what? You should ask Adam22 and Lena.
Who?
No, you can't be joking.
Oh, is that the guy who let his wife get smashed?
Yeah, it is, Greg. It's really
Oh, that's rough, man. That's crazy. That's the saddest thing. That's the saddest thing in the world.
Dude,
man.
we had a whole field day about it over the weekend.
Oh,
we gotta talk about it sometime.
No, No, I don't want to talk about how pathetic that guy's life is. I'd rather talk about.
He looks so defeated now too. He's all like, "Yeah, it's great. Yeah, whatever. My dick is big, whatever." But meanwhile, he's like, "Hello, darkness, my old friend."
So maybe we'll get into that some other time. Just like his wife got, or this guy got into his
Oh
wife.
God.
What's up? Let's go.
No.
So Blabs, here's the question.
Uh-huh.
If somebody came to you and was like, Blabs, listen, you could make $1,000 in an hour, and all you need to do is turn on TikTok and react to emotes that come in. Would you do it?
If I did, it would have to be the most PG way possible. I would not be doing any of that shit. Like, because then you'll get clipped. They'll make it some AI thing. Nah.
100%.
I don't want to be like what happened to Pokey, where she got freaking like deep faked and all that stuff. Like, that's fucked.
Well, I'll say this. That's actually like a really. I'll tell you, I would do it if I was a VTuber. I would VTube the heck out of that.
Let's go see if Pippa is available.
Pippa's agency wouldn't let her. So
yeah, that's probably right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's called Only Blabs. That's the big joke. Only Blabs.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm starting to with Blabs soon. You know what? You know what women should do, and men, go out there with a fake name, sell your feet photos out there, and see what happens without anyone knowing it's you.
Well, how do you get the word out though?
Just randomly, someone's like, "That foot is dope. I need a picture of that."
That foot is dope. Oh my gosh. Look, I don't even know, man. I just don't get it. I don't understand. Like I said, hey, it is what it is. If these people want to go out and do this, then more power to them. I don't understand the audience. And you know, the crazy thing is, I don't understand it, but the audience, it scares me. Right?
I just had a thought. Wait,
Uh-oh.
I can do a voice changer and do like my background, but what the VTuber, and I could do this.
Well, that's
and I could make a whole bunch of money.
Hey, Travis is like, I really want to give this a try. I want to make 6 figures.
I mean, it's just crazy to think about, man. It's crazy to think about. But like the thing that I think concerns me the most about this trend isn't the people doing it; it's the people watching it, and the idea that some people are getting their rocks off, because of this. And that's the thing that's like, man, like how bizarre is it that people feel so consumed that they want to send a digital flower for her to go, ooh, yum, yum, or whatever it is she says. And I don't think that guys outside of people with existing audiences like this Kai guy, I don't think just the random guy out with a TikTok account will be able to pull this off, as well.
No, but especially if you already don't have a following, there's no way people are gonna know that you're live anyway, right? Let's say you have a TikTok and you have like 5 followers and you go live. How are people gonna know about it, right? Like unless you already have an established thing. So like it's basically for streamers, OnlyFans, porn stars, actors, actresses, some type of influencer. Otherwise, if you like have 2 cats, as they say.
I believe you guys are right with that, but I just had a thought. So what if not me, but say, what if somebody does this for like a year, right? And they get a big audience and people are watching them do this for a year. And then they take off the VTuber persona. And so it's a 40-year-old man. Is that going to ruin this persona?
Travis is going to become everybody? A VTuber tomorrow.
I'm just saying, you got to beware of what you're watching and
Check
what you think is real nowadays.
100%. Check this guy out.
Ooh, yes. Yum, yum. Thank you for the ice cream. Gang, gang. Slay. Yum, yum. Oh, donut. Yay. Oh, cowboy. I'm a cowboy.
Can you imagine watching him? Like, are you at the beach and all of a sudden you just see this guy doing this and he's like, oh my God, a cowboy. And you're like, okay. And you just keep going on your own way.
Look, I'm not gonna pretend to say I've done everything right in my life, right?
Gang.
There have been mistakes that have been made in my life along the way. But I will tell you this. I will never do that.
You will never fake lick an ice cream on your phone?
I will never be that dude. Like, I never. Look at
Hey,
just
that dude
look-
just paid for his whole vacation in Cancun drinking, and that's
That's true.
Man, I almost feel sad for like watching
His
that.
daughter.
Can you imagine?
What did you do today, Daddy? I licked fake ice creams on my phone, sweetie. And now you get to go to college.
What do your parents do for work?
My daddy licks the phone.
Right. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Hey, what are your work references? Well,
Here's my TikTok. That's my resume, guys. I'm really good at like saying hot dog and ice cream and hire me.
Real good at it. Give me money. Throw
These
money
guys
at
gotta
me.
go far in life. But then again, maybe they don't even need to get a job because they're getting paid all that money.
Yeah, I'm telling you, they're going to do better than we are, at least until
Craig is
this trend
rethinking his
is
life right now.
done.
He's like, could I possibly do that?
No, I am not. That's seeing that dude do that. Like that was up until that last one, which that was my first time seeing it. I was like, okay, but that dude at the beach with his double chin and his gray
I
goatee
told
like
you.
mine,
People will do it just to purposely embarrass people. Now it's the world of, well, what's your money limit? You know, what can we get you to do that's embarrassing as fuck, and how much can we pay you to do it? This is what it's becoming.
Wow. I feel at a certain point you look at this stuff and you say, like, what is when it in 5 years?
Lonely fans. That was
Right.
good. Sorry.
In 5 years from now, that guy's going to look back and he's going to go, well, that was really stupid. You know, and that's all
maybe he took all that money, invested it in his 401k, and in 5 years he'll be living in his retirement. I doubt it. But
maybe he'll take that stream and feel good about things, man. I don't know. Like it's sad. It's sad. I don't even understand where we're at.
Do you know how long this trend will go for?
Like another week.
Yeah, it's got to be a flash in the pan thing. I actually think the next part of this it'll just be animated people, like
VTubers doing it.
Yeah, and it'll just be these animated people where they didn't even got to say it themselves. You send something, they press F, and then the thing does it or whatever.
So it's just gonna be someone typing really fast then to keep up.
And
did you guys know that it'll actually be Travis being the VTuber?
I mean, it might be, but
did you guys know that Travis's part-time job is actually being a VTuber and he does this for a living? That's where he goes after he goes and hangs out with us.
I'm telling you guys that there will be a time when there is an animated person and it's going to be some 50-year-old guy and everybody's going to think they've been watching this young animated girl and they're all going to find out, and that's what's going to end this shit. Guaranteed.
You know, here's the reality of it is that dude who's doing it, that, you know, weird guy who's doing it, he's going to be doing it to get his rocks off as well. You know, knocks off, whatever the expression is. He's going to get some sort of weird pleasure out of it. So
it could be some power thing. Who the fuck knows? You know,
a power play, like an ice cream.
Well, that people are sending him money and it's not actually him. You know what I mean? He's controlling them. He's controlling their behavior.
Yeah, you're getting off to like AI. Okay.
Man, that's rough. It's honestly, it's like kind of sad. You know, it really is. Like, it's tough. It's tough to see the internet in that place. You know, and you know the internet is not an ideal place for everybody, right? We get that. The internet's like an amazing tool, but you see the idiocracy attached to that type of content. And it's not that it's being made, it's that it's being watched, and the people who are making it are making so much money. And that's the saddest thing about it. And I don't know.
Yeah, William Harrison says, nah, it would be depend on how sexy that 50-year-old's voice is. That's what voice changers are for.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
My whole point is you don't know who you're talking to. And this is a whole new can of worms for young kids online.
Yeah.
And Cyberchat says, so we're so far beyond the place you think we are. It's so much worse than you realize. Oh, I know.
I miss when the internet was like AIM and MySpace. And, you know, like YouTube was just like freaking cat videos and hey, everybody, it's Fred.
Right. Well, that was the, that's sad. It's just
I think we ruined Craig's day with this.
I mean, I'm the one who wanted to talk about it because I can't ignore a $6,000 hour, you know? Like you kind of got to talk about a guy making $6,000 doing this. But at the same time, it does hurt. It really does hurt. You know, it's tough to watch. It's like watching society die in real time. And people talk about like Idiocracy and how that movie was so far ahead of its time. And when you watch that movie, you're like, how can people be this dumb? And then you realize it's literally happening right now.
You don't need to know anything. It's all on your phone.
It's crazy, man.
You don't even have to learn how to write cursive anymore because you don't have to write.
Well, people don't even look at tell time anymore, right? It's just all digital. It's like like everything.
They don't teach kids the clock like that anymore.
Nope.
My kids know how to tell clock, tell the time.
I do military time. I taught myself in high school.
Military time?
Yep.
You mean adding 12?
Yeah. I taught myself in high school.
Yeah,
it says 124 on my phone right now.
Wait, hold on. Blabs, taught yourself.
Got used to using it.
Well, it's weird, you know. Be like, oh, it's like 15 o'clock. Like, huh? You know,
the
like
post
1500.
office goes by military time. That's the only reason I know military time. But
all right, we got a couple memes here. Let's go to No Green Rocks coming in with this one right here. He says, they are everywhere.
Leave me alone.
I'm Nico. You're my best friend. I love you.
Guys, thank you all for the likes. I appreciate it.
It's time to
the
stop.
roses.
It's time to stop, okay?
Roses.
No more. Where the
Please.
fuck are your parents? Who are your parents? You're called Child Protective Services. It's time to stop.
the brr at the end, I just love. That was great.
Wow, that's a good burr, Travis.
Well, I have been doing it for many, many years.
Okay.
Fun fact learned about Travis.
Then we have this one. We have this also from No Green Rock. Says, I'm so sorry, Blabs. I couldn't help myself. Let's see what this is.
Hot dog, ice cream, kitty cat.
She put you on TikTok. Little TikTok filter.
No, Blabs, you're supposed to go, hot dog, yum, hot dog, yum.
I was avoiding that.
I understand, but that's what you're supposed to do.
Oh my God. Nora Cat was a VTuber exposed as a man. Ooh, this is spicy. I want to learn about this really quick. Nora Cat? VTuber? Hold on.
Yeah, I don't know who that is.
Never heard of it.
Mm-mm.
Now I'm intrigued. Oh, look at this. Look at this.
Did we fall down a hole?
Are you kidding me? This is hilarious.
Is it like a beach whale man?
That's hilarious. Okay, here we are. Look at this. Oh, this is just so perfect. Perfect. Look at this.
Oh, shit.
Oh my gosh, just brilliant. Just absolutely brilliant. You got this like, oh, I'm a VTuber. Look at how lonely I am. Hello. What's up? How are you? Good to see you.
Hey, bro.
What's up, bro? Oh my gosh.
That's too funny.
Should I just quit? Just like quit everything? And
Become
like
a VTuber?
No, just quit everything and just go like be a recluse with my family and go live in the like Lincoln, Nebraska, go buy 50 acres of land and just never leave the land and don't use the internet and just forget everything existed.
You're
Like
gonna
she-
end up like my cousin. Don't do that. Don't do that. You're gonna end up with 600 pounds of dog food in the basement and no dogs. Don't do that. Don't do that.
You start stockpiling food, and you're worrying about the next world war, and you got a bunker, and oh my gosh, all this stuff just makes you just want to quit.
So can I tell a funny story about my cousin?
Please.
Hopefully she never watches this.
Please.
It's the one who owes me a bunch of money anyway. So they're very, very rich. Like very rich, meaning they get like $20,000 a month to spend. And so they were planning for the Armageddon and all that stuff. And so she was buying, them MREs, food that'll last a long time. Well, she neglected to read what she bought. She bought about a ton of food that only lasts about 2 months.
A ton?
A ton. A
2,000
metric
pounds?
fucking ton. And so she had this food that went bad after like 2 or 3 months because she thought it was, the ones you could save for years. No, read what the fuck you're buying. So I go down there and she's like, yeah, we got all our supplies in here. And I'm looking, I'm like, no, you don't. This shit's all bad. What do you do?
Well,
I didn't ask her how much she spent on all of it, but it was a lot.
Makes that 20 grand a month, hey, and 240 a year. That's pretty outstanding. So good for her.
That's their disposable income, by the way.
Well, let her know that she can support Side Scrollers podcast and our jump to become independence.
When she pays me the $10,000 she owes me, she can do that.
There you go. Love that. All right, I got to go start questioning life, and just all sorts of things, and then I'll be back to play games a little bit later.
Craig's gonna go become a VTuber.
Craig's gonna go lie on the couch for a bit. He's gonna be like, "What is the meaning of this? Why am I here?"
He's got to make his VTuber persona.
It's gonna be called Styling Crag. All about fashion.
Sal came in with a $2 direct donation and says there was an opposite case. A female VTuber was pretending to be a man. When her fans found out he was a she, they got angry. That's hilarious. That's hilarious right there. Good stuff. I love hearing those stories so much. So much. Look at this. Uncle Louis Pets came in. Look at that. Throwing out
how cute that is. Oh my gosh.
Throwing out the $9.99. Look, if you want to promote your social media on our show, by all means, go crazy. He says, oh my God, I use social media for my business, and I hope I never go this low. There it is. By the way, shameless promo time at go Taro 99. Blaz, what are those emotes?
That's a dog and a happy laughing face.
Good for you.
Arf.
Uncle Louis.
That's the one for No Green Rocks.
$9.99. That's great.
I love it when we break Craig. It makes me happy.
It's just sad. Like, it's just so sad. I literally, I'm gonna go get some food. I'm gonna go have a salad and some chicken.
I was gonna have a cigarette. I need one.
I was thinking I'm gonna go walk downtown and start saying hot dog, yum, hot dog, yum, and see if people throw money at me. Who knows? They might start throwing money at me.
Oh Lord. And
just some random dude. Hot dog, yeah. He's mentally ill.
Crab says, hard to have hope in humanity. Yeah. I'm hear you on that, man. All right, let's get out of here. I'll be back in a little bit. I don't even know. I'm gonna.
You mean the movie said you might get something thrown at you?
Hot dogs. All right, have one.
I'm gonna have to really reevaluate life after this show and really think long and hard about it. But with that said, we're done for the day. I appreciate you guys popping in. I'm going to go have a salad, some grilled meat, and go yum, and on my way out. And Blabs, you got anything? Trav, you got anything before we say goodbye?
Yeah, tonight I'm gonna be on Kick. I'm playing Jurassic World Evolution. I'm almost close to finishing the game, and then once I finish the game, I will be playing Halo for the very first time in my life.
Wait, why are you playing? Why are you playing a game you never played? Without
because I got it as a gift, so I have to play it on a Kick. I have to. I was gifted. We're supposed to play it together because I've never played Halo before. It's all right, Craig. Don't worry. We'll still play. He's like, you're breaking up with me or something over there. I made Dad mad.
Timeout. Go.
You okay over there?
I'm really upset.
What?
I just talked to you how I talked to my dog. Sorry.
We're playing classics, like freaking 1980s before I was born video games. Halo came out after I was born.
All right. Uncle Louis Pets came back, says, oh, one more time. If you live in the NYC area, hire Uncle Louis Pets. There you go. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Thanks for supporting the show and promoting our show. Blabs, got anything else?
No.
All right. No, you don't. There you go. Guys, have a great day. Remember, people are going to try to keep you down. Don't let them. You guys got a goal. Go get it. Don't go watch that insane stuff. Trav, great show today. Blabs. Shut up. All right. Bye, everybody.